What is going on, guys? Welcome back to the channel. In today's video I'm going to be doing a long overdue Burrow Load Rokket Dragon deck or whatever. I forgot to get this deck out. My camera died and blah blah blah, and you'll see all that kind of stuff, and that's why the videos are late. But anyway, without further ado, let's get into this deck profile. This deck profile is actually pretty cool, and it's only going to get stronger with future support. And a lot of these cards, a lot of this deck you can make out with the 3 structure decks as well, which is really nice. So the first card we're running is Red Ice Darkness Metal Dragon. Basically what you do is you can banish a dragon monster on the field and special summon this card, and then you can special summon another dragon from the graveyard or your hand, just for extra extendy plays. You also use the guard dragon stuff with this, and that helps you go into some crazy plays. I might show you the combo. I think everybody knows the combo at this stage, but yeah, anyway. The next card we have is Destrudo. It's just a nice card to mill or get in your hand. You pay half your life points to be able to special summon it by targeting a monster that's like level 5 or lower, make it, I don't know, it adds up to level 7 anyway. I know it does in my head, but I can't just words at the minute. The next 3 cards we have is Absolute Dragon. So this one is kind of cool. This one is a level 7, and what it can do is if you control a Rokket monster, you can special summon this card from your hand. You can only special summon once this way, and then if this card is sent to the graveyard, you could add a Rokket monster from your deck to your hand. So that's nice. There is a little combo with Synchron Rokket, is that what it's called? I can't remember. There's a combo anyway that you go into Burrow Load Savage, which is really nice anyway. The next one we have is Magna Rokket Dragon. So all the Rockets have the same effect, that if they're destroyed at the end phase, you get to replace them with a different Rokket monster. So and then they all have a specific link effect. That if they're targeted by a link monster, they get a certain effect. So this one is, if it's targeted by a link monster, you get to destroy himself and then target a card in the field and destroy it. Simples. This one is an exception to that rule. This one has only a different effect. So it's quick effect. You can target a face-up card you control, destroy it, and if you do special one Rokket monster from your deck to your deck, except Rokket Tracer. Also, you cannot special monster from the extra deck for the rest of the turn except dark monsters. So just be aware of that. The only other good thing about this is it's a tuner, so you can go into Burrow Load Savage. By doing that, you can go into the X Charge. I think that's what it's called, Burrow Load X Charge Dragon, I think. And you can go into Link 2s, or you can, you know what I mean, you can go into a lot of stuff. It's pretty nice. The next card is Silver Rokket Dragon. So what this one does, it has the same effect as Magna Rokket Dragon, except for its specific effect is if it targets a link monster or whatever, you get to take a monster of your opponent's extra deck. Is that what it says? You can show you look at your opponent's extra deck and banish one card from it during the end phase. So that's it, which is nice. And then the next one is basically Magna Rokket, except for spell cards. So I wanted to kind of max out on the level 4s, hence why there's so many level 4s. And I only run the one level 3 just because for the back row destruction, which I think is nice. So yeah. Okay, so the next card then would be Rokket Synchron. So what this card does is if it's normal summoned, you can target level 5 or higher dark dragon monster together and special summon it. So basically what you're going to do is you can just say whenever you have Magna Rokket down, you can special summon Absolute Dragon, go into a Link 2, search this, and then on the next turn you'll have Burrow Load Savage Dragon, hopefully with a link monster in the graveyard, and then it'll have its negation effects and all that kind of stuff. I know you don't really want to go two turns. But there's some cards, like, I don't know, that might help you special summon, and then you have Rokket, I don't know, during an end phase, second turn or whatever. I don't know. There's ways around anyway. The next card is 2 Crusadia Draco. I don't see a lot of people running this, and that's fine, I suppose. You can run other stuff. But this one I just like because it can special summon itself to where a link monster is pointed. And then, yeah, pretty much. But, like, it's just an extra kind of, like, Cyber Switch sort of thing, but for dragons. The next card is the 1 Black Dragon Collapse Serpent and the 1 White Dragon Wyvern Buster. They work in unison with each other. Next, the 1 Supreme King Dragon Darkworm. So everybody knows what he does when he's sent to the graveyard. He gets a special summon. If you don't know what these cards do, basically, this one you just banish a dark monster from the graveyard and special summon it. This one banish a light monster from the graveyard and special summon himself. And then if they're destroyed, they search each other. So one of each because that's on the ban list. And then the 1 Supreme King Dragonborn, like I said, sent to the graveyard. You can special summon itself, or I think if it's in your hand as well, you can special summon it. It's the only monster if you know cards in your hand. If this card is normal special, you can add a Supreme King Gate, which we don't have. And then if you control no monsters, deck to your hand. If this card's in your graveyard and you control a monster, so if this card's in your graveyard and you control a monster, you can special summon them, which is nice. And lastly, we have 3 hand three cards, 3 hand traps. Ash Blossom, Joy Spring, so your opponent can't be searching stuff and extending their plays, basically. And you can run other stuff like Effect Veiler and stuff, but I just want to kind of max out on the dragons just so I could, like every turn I think I've done near enough every turn. I've done the Guard Dragon play, which is really nice. So that's for the monsters. So next for the spells. Spells are pretty cool too. So we run 3 quick launch. So this basically special summons a rocket monster from the deck. It cannot attack, and I get strike during the end phase, so to activate their own effects. Then you have 2 squib draw. So basically destroy a rocket monster and draw 2 cards, and then they'll get their effect. And you're basically putting in 3 monsters, which is really nice. And then we have 2 boot sector launch. Now this card is very, very good. The only thing is it's going to get better, and you might only have to run 1 because the rockets are getting a link 1 monster that searches this, which is really nice. So basically what this does is it gives all your rocket monsters a boost of attack, but that doesn't really matter. Basically what you can do is special summon 2 rocket monsters from your hand with different names and defense position, or if your field is empty and your opponent has 2 monsters, 3 monsters, summon that many rockets from your graveyard, basically. So it's a good card. And the next card we have is a World Legacy Guard Dragon. So what this does is basically can target level 4 or lower dragon monster graveyard and either add a chant or special summon it, which is nice. And then it also can target a dragon monster on the field and move its zone, basically. So you can take one of the monsters out with the extra monster zone and move it over. Then we're running the 2 Dragon Shrine for things like Destrudo, for things like Absolute or Dragon even, just to search your Rocket Synchron, and for Supreme King Dragon Darkworm, whatever it's called. So there's a few reasons to run it. Then we have Monster Born, just for extra bits. Polymerization for your Furious Dragon. Rapid Trigger. Sorry, it's out of place. Rapid Trigger for your Furious Dragon. I don't like this one as much as I like Polymerization, only because, fair enough, it destroys the rockets on the field, but then also it has like a really crap effect, but it can only attack monsters. That's basically it. Can't attack directly, which is kind of annoying. And then that's it for the spells anyway. And then the last we have is 2 trap cards, which I haven't seen people run, but I like it. Guard Dragon Cataclysm. So basically it's tribute a dragon monster and target 2 cards on the field and destroy them. So it's a nice little extra bit. So what you're doing is, like, I know you're tributing, so you're not getting the rockets effects, but you're still destroying 2 cards on the field, which might be nice. I mean, like, a lot of the cards in decks that do that end up being really good, you know, like Icarus Attack, I think, does it for like Black Wings, and I know Saber Dragons have a better one with the card they have, Cyber something, but you banish Cyber Dragons in the graveyard and destroy that many number of cards anyway. Yeah, so without more waffle, go into the extra deck. So the first card we have, which is very pretty, is Borrelord Furious Dragon. So this is the one fusion monster we run. There you go. So what this card is 2 dark dragon monsters, which is pretty simple. It has a quick effect. You can target 1 monster you control and 1 card your opponent controls and destroy them. And then you can banish the card from your graveyard, target 1 dark link monster in your graveyard, special summon it, but you cannot activate its effects turn, also destroy it. Excuse me. Also, you can only use the effect of Borrelord Furious Dragon once per turn. The next card is Borrelord Savage Dragon. So, like I said earlier, you can use this. It's level 8. And if you special summon, you can target a link monster to the graveyard and equip it to him, and then he gains that many counters, and then he can negate that many times, which is really nice. Then we have this card has actually helped me win duels. Like, I'm not even being funny. This card, Borrelord X-Charge Dragon, just because when your opponent thinks you have nothing, and you're just able to summon 2 level 4s, and you summon this 3000 beater, and it also, like, it has a really good effect as well. If neither player can target this Exceed Summon card with monster effects, which actually helped me a big bit as well, and then accept its own effect, obviously. And then once per turn, you can attach material from this card, target 1 face monster on the field, loses 600 attack and defense, which is also big. It means the monster will have to be 47 just to get over it. Sorry, not 47, 37 to be over it. And then target 1 face of monster on the field. And you can special summon 1 Borrel monster from your graveyard. When you do that, banish your turn to end phase. Also, you cannot special monsters or attack directly for this turn. So, wait, you cannot special summon other monsters or attack directly. Okay, so, I mean, you're still summoning like Burrow Load and getting a bit of extra damage if your opponent has loads of monsters. But it's not too bad. Like, it is nice. It's nice for that extra bit of damage, especially if your opponent has a couple of monsters. The next one, the pretty, is Burrow Load Dragon, which is super nice. He has the effect to rob your opponent's monster. And you can target a monster and make it lose 500 attack and defense, but he, like I said, he can special summon a monster your opponent controls to the zone he points to, which is really nice, and he's such a pretty card. They're all pretty. I love Burrow Loads. I love Burrow cards. They just look wicked. So yeah, so these are our main Burrows. The next one we have is Burrow Sword Dragon, which is for your OTKs. Basically, what he can do is target a monster, quick effect, and change it to defense position, and then he can make a second attack, and also he can target a monster and gain half that monster attack, which is very nice. And then the last Link 4 we run is Topologic Zeroboros, which has the effect of that all the stuff if it is banished. Basically, you cannot summon set monsters to any extra monster zone this card points to. It gains 2 attack for each banished card. If another monster is special summoned to a zone a Link monster points to, while the monster is on the field, banish all cards on the field once per turn during your standby phase of your next turn after this card was banished by its own effect, special summon this banished card. So it has a nice board wipe effect, and then it gains crazy attack when it does have that board wipe effect. You're not going to be using it much, but it is nice if you only have something like triple burst or something, and you have one other monster. Instead of using this, I don't know, instead of getting rid of this and only using it as one monster, you can go for Zeroboros for 3,000 attack, which is nice. The next card, like I just showed, is Triple Burst Dragon. It has like a negation effect during the battle phase, and really are using it with the Guard Dragon play, really. Then we have 2 of the Quad Burrow Dragon, which I think is really cool looking as well. So he requires 2 dragon monsters and 1 rocket, at least 1 rocket. You can discard 1 card, target 1 face of monster on the field. It cannot be special summon. You cannot special summon Link 2 or lower monsters for the extra deck for the rest of the turn, and also destroy the target monsters. Then, if that was a Link monster, you can special summon any number of rocket monsters with different names from your hand or graveyard up to the Link range, and then you can go for extra plays and stuff. So it's a nice card. And then we have the 1 Booster Dragon, just because I like him. Yeah, he can target a monster and make it gain 500 attack and defense. You can target one of the dragon monster graveyard, special summon it if he's whatever, sent to the graveyard. It's nice though. And then we have the 1 Delingerous Dragon. So basically, he requires 2 dark dragon monsters. Once per turn during your opponent's end phase, you can target 1 attack position monster your opponent controls that did not declare an attack this turn, destroy it. And if you do, inflict damage to your opponent equal to that monster's original attack. If a rocket monster is special summoned to your field while this card is in your graveyard, except during the damage step, you can special summon this card, but banish it when it leaves the field. You can only activate the effect of the Ninja Dragon once per turn. So it's nice, a free Link 2, and then go into higher stuff. We have the 1 Heretic Seal of the Heavenly Spheres. The only reason I run this is because it's good with the Guard Dragon stuff. And lastly, for the Guard Dragon stuff, everybody knows what this does. So basically, if you have any way to summon like 3 dragons onto the field, you go like Heavenly Spheres, and then you can go Elfie, Pisty. A lot of them work with like Red Eyes Darkness Metal, so then you have like, you can special Red Eyes Darkness Metal, and then get rid of those 2 for the Triple Burst, and then go for Pisty and special the Red Eyes Darkness Metal. Excuse me. And then go again by getting rid of that and going for like something else. Go for this one, Argapane. And then you have like another monster here. Then you go for Argapane. You can special summon like Burrow Sword Dragon. And then you can get rid of all 3 of these and go for Burrow Load. So you end with Burrow Sword and Burrow Load. It's nice. And the next turn, obviously, hopefully you've activated enough that you can get something like Rocket Synchron or something and go for Burrow Load Savage the next turn after. But that's it for the video, guys. Please let me know what you think in the comment section down below. Please leave a like, comment, and subscribe. And also check out the link in the description. It has a link to my eBay page, where I have some cards, especially stuff from the new set. And if you find any cards in this set that you like, maybe hit me a message or something, say I'm going to look at it and put it up on the thing, please, because I only have a few cards up on it. Really, I'm looking for if somebody is interested in something, give me a text. All the videos that you see and any card is kind of up for sale once it's the right price, I suppose. But yeah, thanks for watching, guys. Good luck.